Can I just look at the camera so I get put off? Okay. My name is Louisa Stylian and I'm from Sydney in New South Wales. The reason I chose Knoff Yoga was because of the experience that the teachers had. I had tried other styles of yoga and it just didn't have the same impact on my body that this system did. So after a while I decided to look into the Knoff system more and saw how much experience Nicky and James had, and I thought that it was quite unparalleled. The Discovery course, even though it was only a week long, was so much tougher than I expected. There's just so much involved, even in a posture that you may think is simple, is actually not. So applying that every day, I think it was probably more mentally tiring than physically tiring. So it made me realise just how much focus and concentration goes into doing one posture. Another thing that was challenging was the length of the days are quite long, but there's just so much information and work that you need to do in Discovery, probably more than you would ever expect if you just read a course overview on what Discovery is. So getting up at probably about 4:45 every morning to get ready to go to practice was such a big challenge. I do look forward to going to bed, even if it is extremely early, at approximately 7 o'clock every night. There's also a lot of work to do when you get home too, which is also very challenging. So you're up at 4:45 to go into the studio, but then you're home, just after 4:30, and you've actually got to do your theory and your reading. So it's not easy in any sense of the word. The feeling of togetherness and that feeling of camaraderie has been really strong this week, and arriving here at 5:30 in the morning, it's still pitch black outside. Some mornings you can still see the moon, and then we all get here and all of a sudden you can just feel this energy and liveliness, and then we all hit the mats and away we go for 4 hours. Being able to concentrate on your yoga every day, for me it's been every day for a month, has been a wonderful experience as well. So we've realised that Nicky has more than one pair of eyes. She can see everything. I don't know how she does it with so many people in the room, and one tiny move out of the side of her eye and she can see it, and it's just simply amazing. So the biggest surprise for me has been just how much work you do on yourself as well. I thought coming here I was just going to learn how to teach a yoga class and how to do each asana technically correctly, but the amount of looking inwards and self-analysis and self-awareness that I've had to go through has been really surprising, and I think that's maybe where some of the unexpected challenges have come up, was because of that. I chose to do my teacher training with Knoff Yoga because, well, two main things really, because of the shared experience of Nicky and James. Particularly Nicky's got 44 years experience. I think there's a lot to be said for that. And secondly, I think if you're planning to be a yoga teacher, you have quite a large responsibility to make sure that your students are safe in their practice and don't go on to have long-term problems because they've practiced incorrectly. So here we are at the end of foundation. I can't believe I made it, and I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way because it's been such an intense experience. I think we're all walking around feeling like we're full of all this information now and so much more experience than we were before we got here. So it's been great to come out the other end of this crazy roller coaster. I know there's a lot of people in the class at the moment that really love self-practice but have hit a plateau, and this has given them another boost in their practice that they can use for a very long time until they, might decide to come back and do another course with Knoff. So that's a real key point about this training, is that you don't need to want to teach yoga to other people to do this program and to benefit from it. There's a lot of sort of undoing to do and stripping out those bad habits. So I think a lot of people have got here thinking that they've got a pretty good grounding, and actually have found out that, including myself, that that's not the case. So a lot of the month is spent stopping the bad habits and forming new habits, and the focus on technique and alignment is out of this world, and it's so intense. But I think it's so important at this level, because if you can get it right now, you won't just benefit yourself, but you'll benefit your students so much more. So if I could give one piece of advice to anyone who's thinking about doing training with Nicky and James, is to be prepared and to bring everything you have. It's definitely not one of those teacher training schools where you enjoy yourself in lovely Bali or the like, and it's very floaty and nice. It's actually a really intense experience that brings your focus to technique, to alignment, and also into yourself. So you need to leave all your preconceptions and even your ego at the door, and just come here with an open mind and get ready to learn to do yoga the proper way.